What's up, guys? Clayton here. Gonna bring you another deck profile of a deck I made, and this is the Lucario Cofagrigus deck. It's extremely fast-paced, very early game winner if it sets up properly, and most of the time it does. And no, guys, it's not that Lucario. I went to a Furious Fist pre-release and got some of the cards I wanted to improve on with this deck. I already had it built before the format change, but I'm going to be showing you this deck today. First off, our main attacker, we have a 4/4 line of Lucario. In case you guys didn't know what this attack did, for a fighting and a double colorless, you do 60 plus 30 for each prize your opponent is taken. So, when you have Cofagrigus, who knocks itself out and they take a prize, also doing 30 damage, your damage racks up very quickly. For example, they have a big bad Charizard EX in front of you. It's ready to go. You know it's going to get you next turn. All they need is that double colorless. You have two Cofagrigus and a Lucario ready to go. You knock out two of your Cofagrigus, put 60 damage onto the Charizard. Now your Lucario is doing 120, and that's a knockout. There you go. And then he maintains that 120. And then next time they take a prize, 150. Next time they take a prize, 180 to 10. It gets pretty big pretty quick, so I've hit a Black Kyurem for 250. So gets very, very big numbers, very, very quick, and it's a very fast-paced deck. That's the meat of the deck. You have to run at least that to make this deck functional. And I'll show you a few other tech cards I have to go along with it. First off, two Landers. If you don't know what Landers, guys, does, it's because it's new. It's from the Furious Fist set. Right here. Its first attack, Shout of Power. For one fighting, it does 20, and attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Pretty simple, nothing special there, but it does give me energy acceleration, which I really, really like. And his second attack does 90, so. Plus, with the addition of strong energy, maybe a Bangle and the Fighting Stadium, then he's doing 90 for one energy, which is really, really, really efficient. And my last Pokemon, a Jirachi. I run a really low supporter count in this deck, so Jirachi's there to help me grab that extra supporter when I need it. Alright, speaking of supporters, I'll show you what I run in this deck. 4 Juniper, 4 N, and a single Lysander. 4 Juniper just because it's the best draw support in the game. You always need cards. 4 N because that is the best card in this deck. Same scenario earlier. When you knock out the Charizard, play an in between turns or before you attack. Then that knocks them down to 4 cards in their hands. So you're really, really hurting them and putting on a lot of early game pressure when you can do things like that. So, and of course the Lysander just to bring out that big bad EX that's just sitting on the bench ready to take me out next turn. So, alright guys, that's the supporters. Next we're going to do the items. 3 Random Receiver, just to give me those extra supporters when I need them. 4 Ultra Ball to help me search out the little guys and get fighting energy in the discard pile. I use Ultra Ball to search the little guys because Level Ball is getting rotated out soon, guys. And I'm going to be using Eva Soda to find my bigger guys, which I do have 2 of. Next up, 2 Switch. 2 Switch just because Lucario's got a nasty retreat cost and you don't want to be discarding those energy. So Switch is nice to have. 2 Bicycle to help with that extra draw support because we don't have a very big draw engine at all, so that's why that's there. 1 Megaphone to help deal with Garbodor early game. I don't really mind him as much late game, but early game he can be pretty annoying because my Cofagrigus ability gets shut off, and I don't really like that. Plus it can ruin Jirachi's Stellar Guidance, and I may need a supporter, so if I can drop the Megaphone that turn and use Jirachi, great, I can find a supporter I might need. And then 1 Energy Retrieval, because we have the Ultra Balls, we may have to discard energy, more energy than we wanted to, so I got the 1 Energy Retrieval in there for that just in case. You never know when you might need it. And finally the A-Spec of choice, Dowsing Machine, just to get back Bicycle, a Switch, Lysander, any other item in this deck. It just gives me another copy of every trainer in my deck, which I really, really, really like. Alright guys, next we're going to go on to tools, and we do have a new one. First off, 2 Silver Bengal, just to give Lucario that extra push when he needs it, and Landers, which is really, really nice. Muscle Band for the same reason, but against non-EX attackers, like Curum. Curum, you only hit them for 120 if they've taken 2 prizes, and that can really, really slow you down. 2 Focus Sashes, because Lucario is really, really, really low HP Pokemon, and they're going to one-hit it most of the time anyway. So, Focus Sashes there just to increase the longevity of my Lucario. And then the last trainer card, Fighting Stadium. That card is really, really good. It pushes this deck really over the top. Any fighting type Pokemon does an additional 20 damage to opposing Pokemon EX, which is really, really nice. And because I run 1 EX in my deck, that if they drag it out, they're probably going to knock it out one hit anyway. It really doesn't hurt me, so I really, really like this card in my deck. And finally, for the energy count, we have 6 fighting, 4 double colorless, and 2 strong energy. 6 fighting just because that's the primary energy we're going to be using, along with the 4 double colorless. We definitely want to max those out. And the 2 strong energy just to give me that kind of extra oomph. They're there as kind of muscle bands, but they can't be megaphones off. And that's kind of why I like them. So in the early game, strong energy is nice to have. It's really nice to have a strong energy on top of a Landorus with the muscle band or a Landorus with the Bengal. With Fighting Stadium out, then you're doing 90 for 1, which is really, really efficient. Alright guys, that's my Lucario Cofagrigus deck. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you want to build it, this deck is really, 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 really cheap to build. It's hardly, it might be $60 total to build. So let me know what you guys think. As always, like and subscribe. I'm Clayton from Burnt Toast, and I'll see you guys next time.